economic viability of electric vehicles? I think that's a fantastic question. It's a dilemma that has been in the automotive industry for a while. What I believe personally is that electrification is a trend that is irreversible. And why do I say that? Because one of the biggest concerns of electric vehicles has always been the range of the batteries. So we had vehicles which were driving about 50, 100 kilometers. Today, we even have Indian manufacturers providing ranges between 200 and 350 kilometers. So from that perspective, the difference in between a traditional gasoline or diesel injection vehicles compared to an EV is not much. And there is let's say, also a social conscience that each one of us can take pleasure from. So for example, if I'm driving an EV, I can proudly say that, you know what, my carbon neutral quotient on the planet is much better than, let's say, somebody who's having a petrol diesel vehicle. So there's this qualitative brownie points, but in terms of financial viability, the government is already working on schemes where an EV has certain subsidies, which is great. What we need to keep in mind that an EV is probably an urban vehicle. So if you have households that have two vehicles, it would be absolutely possible today to change one of these, let's say, combustion vehicles to an EV and use the other one still for intercity drives or interstate drives. So from a financial viability for let's say, a middle class family who already have vehicles or at least have two vehicles, I think moving to EV is not a strain at all. We need to also keep in mind that we are talking about EV as a car. We are also talking about EV in commercial vehicles. I mean, you already see, I was in Pune last week and I saw pure electric buses that the state operates. I know that in Bangalore also this is being tried. So these are all models which need to be, let's say, further validated, whether it works financially for these municipal corporations or not. But the most interesting part for EV is two-wheelers. And I think the two-wheelers, especially the scooter segment, what we see will be, at least for India, the game changer, because we are the world's largest two-wheeler market. And imagine, even if we grow, I mean, today we are between 17 and 19 million in terms of two-wheeler production. Even if we have 10% of that as EV, that would still mean roughly between 1.5 to 2 million scooters not using the traditional fuel. And we would have still made an impact. And if you see the cost analysis, especially the buying cost between a scooter that is running petrol engines and those running EVs, the difference is not much at all. And the bigger difference comes in the running cost. So petrol needs, petrol to be filled on a regular basis, monthly, weekly, fortnightly, based on your usage. And gas is getting expensive. I mean, when we're talking about 110 rupees per liter of petrol, the running cost of a petrol engine is always going to be higher compared to an EV. Whereas the comfort that an EV provides in terms of noise, in terms of, you just have to go home, charge if you have electricity at home, which is enough for you to charge the vehicle. We have fast chargers. We have the possibility in the future sometimes where you can just swap batteries. So I think financial viability is not a big challenge, in my opinion. It is more about the thought process that, oops, I have a scooter which can only go maybe 60, 80 kilometers, or I have a car that can only go 200 to 300 kilometers. So I think it's a mindset change. And I think the infrastructure that will follow, for instance, we will see in the near future possibilities for electric vehicles, charging stations, fast charging possibilities where you, let's say, take a 20, 30-minute break, get to, 60, 80% charging. So I think the infrastructure will need to come in alongside, and we will have really the possibility that owning and financially being able to support an EV will not be much different or much difficult than what we have as petrol or diesel engines today.